Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF NXT. Hi, Gorilla Monsoon, here with Corey Graves, here with Corey Graves and with Booker T. And today on NXT, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday on Monday Night Raw. We saw Xia Li beat Elias Sampson and keep the TWF 24/7 winnings for another day. Well, yes, we did, Gorilla Monsoon. We saw that happen, Corey Graves says. And now we know Xia Li is now with Seth Rollins and with Paulie Dangerously now. I'll tell you one thing right now, Booker T says. The way things are going, Seth Rollins will be the TWF heavyweight fighter one day. I don't know when that's going to be, but I know that's going to happen soon. You know? Well, you could be true about that, Booker T. Sooner or later, I guess he'll win the strap. I just don't know, if that day's going to be, today or not. You know. I just don't, I just don't think that, today, I just don't think that, that today is going to be that day, Gorilla Monsoon said. What do you mean, Booker T said? Today is going to be that day. That day's going to come sooner or later, and you're going to all wish that I'm going to say, I told you so. Would you stop? You're not going to tell me that. If Seth Rollins wins Booker T, then he wins. And you won't have to say nothing about it. All right, LA Knight says, this whole thing between me and Belasca, I think it's got to end. Now, I don't have anything against Belasca. I don't. I think she's one hell of a wrestler. But Belasca, the so-called goddess of madness, just cannot, let it go that I beat her and now gives me the right to either fight Asuka or Seth Rollins, for the TWF heavyweight winnings sometime after Heatwave is over. Now, I will give Belasca some thanks, where thanks is needed. She's been in the toy wrestling gathering for about 23 years, or will be 23 years come the 12th month of this year. But it's my game now, alright? And yeah, you may have won the TWF heavyweight winnings one time, but now it's my time. So I want to end this between me and you. Alright, Seth Rollins, LA Knight. You say you want to end things between us. You say, I can't stand up. You say that you don't have a bind with me, and you think I am one hell of a wrestler. Now, at the end of the day, that's all on look, and I could say the same about you, LA Knight. Yeah, I could say how you started out, how your first run in WWE on NXT was alright, how you went to TNA and became the TNA Tag Team Fighter. Hell, you maybe even became the TNA heavyweight fighter, I guess. And how you went to the NWA and crafted yourself anew. And into your two-whiff run in WWE where you were first on NXT and on SmackDown, now on Raw. And you're a former two-time WWE 4-1 ranked fighter out of it. Or a former WWE $100 fighter as well. But at the end of the day, I think that I could beat you, LA Knight. And the first time we fought, Seth Rollins fucked it up. And the other two times we fought, I think, at the end of the day, I truly believe it was luck. Well, I don't think it's luck, Belasca, that I beat you. See, I don't think that it was luck that I beat you those two times. And yeah, I will say that Seth Rollins fucked up our first match. And we will never know. But I beat you in the other two matches. So I'm saying here today on NXT, we have one more match, LA Knight. And then if I beat you, then here's what happens. If you beat Asuka or Seth Rollins, then you're going to fight me. Oh, so now you're going to say that's going to be a good thing, huh? Let me tell you, Belasca, if I beat Asuka or I beat Seth Rollins, then I will also have another match with you after that, and then I will beat you after that. And that's just not my belief. That's just the truth of life. And everyone's going to say, whose game is it? LA Knight. Yeah. I want to know, who are the ones that always keep saying, yeah, Belasca says. Is it everyone watching the show, or is it you saying yeah? Well, I think Ric Flair says the ones who say yeah got to be the ones watching the show. And so here today, we will have one more match between Belasca, the goddess of madness, as she likes to call herself, and LA Knight here today on NXT. Whoa, fuck. Well, that was, oh man, that was not meant to happen. Well, the truth was, that was not meant to happen, Gorilla Monsoon says. That was a mishap. And well, we weren't to have that happen. Ding ding, oh, and now Belasca going after LA Knight. Belasca is irked and angered, Gorilla Monsoon says, that she did not beat LA Knight those times that they fought. Belasca can be irked and angered all she wants, unless she can beat LA Knight in a match, Corey Graves said. Being irked and angered isn't going to help. Booker T said, being irked and angered is your own worst foe, Belasca, and you should know that. But then again, you are the goddess of madness, so I don't think much. Hey, Gorilla Monsoon says, I don't know how Belasca got the nickname the goddess of madness, or if that's what she called herself or not. But I do think you shouldn't be slighting her that way. Oh! And Belasca just hit LA Knight with the stunner, Gorilla Monsoon says. 1, 2, and only a kick out. And those are free of Kevin Owens' holds that Belasca did to LA Knight. Well, LA Knight just picked up Belasca and body slammed her, Gorilla Monsoon says. I think what Belasca has to understand is she might be one of the last Xena toys to come from Ames before Ames went out of business, Corey Graves says. But that doesn't mean that she's have the same standard of LA Knight. Oh, so now, would you stop? Oh, so now you're going to start, Corey Graves? You're going to start sliding Belasca like Booker T likes to do? Oh, no, Booker T says. Corey Graves is telling it down the truth, that she doesn't have the same standard that LA Knight has. Booker T says. Would you stop, Gorilla Monsoon says, with saying Belasca doesn't have the same standard that LA Knight does. LA Knight missed. He wanted to do his hold. Belasca just nailed him with the stunner. Belasca is going to win this match, Gorilla Monsoon says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Yay. Here is your winner. Belasca. Well, Gorilla Monsoon says Belasca has beat LA Knight here today on NXT, being the first time that Belasca has done so, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, Corey Graves said, I guess we're happy for Belasca, and I know Belasca's foster daughter, her daughter, Mia, whatever her name, Mila, will be happy to know that her mother won a match against LA Knight, Corey Graves says. Booker T said, so that's what it's all about, putting smiles in folks' ears. I thought it was about winnings and gold. It's also about putting smile on folks' leers and winning matches in gold and straps is also in that. But if you're not putting smiles on anyone's leers, Gorilla Monsoon says, then it's not worth what you're doing, Booker T. Well, we'll take it away now with Jim Ross. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon. I'm going to be talking with Belasca here today on NXT. Alright, Belasca, the so-called goddess of madness. You got your win. Stand up. You got your win against LA Knight here today on NXT. I did, Jim Ross. And somehow, some way out of luck, I did. Now, I don't know if LA Knight's going to beat, if Asuka's going to beat Seth Rollins, or Seth Rollins will beat Asuka. And whoever wins out of that, well, yeah, they get to fight LA Knight. But then after that, they get to deal with me. Well, so you hope that Asuka wins, or you hope that Seth Rollins wins? Well, to tell you the truth, I don't really care if it's Asuka or Seth Rollins, to be honest with you. But Seth Rollins is a slide of shit, so I hope that Asuka wins. And if LA Knight fights Asuka, then either I'm fighting either Asuka or Seth Rollins, or I'm fighting LA Knight. At the end of the day, I will be the two-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Alright, that's my talk with Belasca, the so-called goddess of madness. Well, back to you, Gorilla Monsoon. Thank you, Jim Ross, for talking with Belasca here today on NXT. And that's all the time we got here for NXT. I, Gorilla Monsoon, with Corey Graves and Booker T. We hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow for Dynamite or Mike.